Hi, I'm Scott.
And I'm Michele, and we are the owners of the Main Street Mouse.
And this is the Main Street Mouse Weekly Podcast, show number 154 for July 29th, 2024.
For your safety, remain seated with the doors closed, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside while the tram is moving. And supervise your children.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
'Cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!
Soar into tower. We are ready for takeoff.
Dead men tell no tale.
I know not who you are, nor how I came to find you. But may I just say,
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Hello, everybody out there in the podcasting world.
Hey,
It is Monday.
Monday already.
I know, it seems like we were just doing this, a week ago?
I know. You know what's weird? I was just thinking that. It's funny you say that because I was just like, I feel like we just did this.
Yeah, it's been a whole week already.
It really has.
Crazy how time just flies by like
Oh,
that.
sure does when you're having fun. So they say.
Well, doing something. I don't
It
know.
was something. I don't know if it's fun. But hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well at the start of another crazy week.
See, at least we start this off, so we start off their week on a good note.
I hope we do. I mean, I hope we do.
Unless they wait till Friday to listen to us, and then it's on their own.
See, that's the beauty of a podcast. You can listen to it any day of the week. So
You really can.
Yeah.
And multiple. You can listen to it over and over and over all
I
week.
mean, if you really want to do that,
If it made you, it's like watching a good movie over and over and over again.
because it's just that good.
It's that good. So make sure you listen to this podcast every day this week.
There will be a quiz next week.
At timestamp 2 minutes and 37 seconds, they said what? But anyway, so hope everybody's doing well out there. It's been a hot week in Central Florida.
Oh my goodness, yes.
With quite a bit of rain, actually.
Oh
every day, it
yeah.
seems.
So yeah, there's more weather forming in the tropics, as they say. So
Mhm.
it's been very, very rainy here. These pop-up thunderstorms have not been fun.
It's not, and like you were just saying earlier today, you can check the weather in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Check it at lunchtime. It won't be the same.
No, it never is.
Check it again mid-afternoon. Still different yet again. And then at dinner time, it'll be dinner, or it'll be changed once more.
Do you want to hear how stupid this is? So I have actually been, okay, just for an example, I'm at the parking turnstile thingies at Magic Kingdom, right? Waiting to get checked in.
Right.
So I've checked my weather app. Cast member says, okay, you're all set. You drive to the parking lot. By the time we parked and started walking, the weather app changed. And that was probably one of the last times we went to Magic Kingdom. And it's super irritating because, like, how do you prepare? You just don't.
Can't. You have to prepare for everything.
I guess. I don't know. We were talking about keeping ponchos on us at all time just in case.
Just put them in the back of the car so they're there.
Seriously.
It's kind of like Michigan, though. We used to have to do that in Michigan because in the morning it might rain, afternoon might snow, and then be hot and sunny by 5 o'clock.
That's true. You can have all seasons in one day. in
You really
Michigan.
could in Michigan, so who knows. So we haven't had that big of a week. A lot of stuff happened we didn't have a lot of stuff happen this past week.
No, we really didn't. And it was hot and rainy.
It was hot and rainy. So one thing we did get to do, which was kind of fun, was on Friday.
Friday, yes.
We went to Mission Inn Resort and Club, which is in Howie in the Hills, Florida.
Yeah, Howie in the Hills. Like, where?
I want to meet Howie.
Who's Howie?
Is it Howie Mandel?
And he hangs out in the hills, apparently.
Obviously. And there is hills out there, which was kind of crazy because used to Florida being flat pretty much, and it's not out there.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We've never been out there. It's like, 45, 50 minutes from the Orlando area?
Yeah, I'd say roughly there. Yeah, I'm not even sure exactly where it's located. It's off the Turnpike. So if you're on the Florida Turnpike north of Orlando, you might see it on a sign that you're coming up to Howie in the Hills.
Yeah, and for us, it's kind of interesting when we get invited to do media events that are not in our area because it kind of forces us out of this zone and to see what else is out there. Because normally we are such homebodies and we're creatures of habit. Like, it's the same old crap all the time. And then when we get invited to do something different, it kind of gives us the kick in the pants that we need.
It's almost like, oh, wow, I didn't even know this existed out here.
Right?
We were driving there And we were our GPS took us down 27, which if you know 27, that's like Davenport and Claremont and all that. And we had never gone past 50, which is the main colonial road.
And those of you that don't live in Florida, I apologize. You have no idea what we're talking about.
But we've never gone past that point, and we had to
Right.
go like 10 miles past that point this past
And we're
week.
like, ooh, cows.
I know, it was like cows. And what did we...
There's a barn.
Remember we saw some kind of museum? Oh, Presidents of the United States Museum.
Yeah.
Remember we passed that on the way out there. I was curious about that. I forgot about it till just now.
Yeah, no idea. It was just very interesting. But there's a lot of farmland out that way, a lot of property.
Mm-hmm.
Not much civilization.
No, there's not a lot. So the main road in Howie in the Hills, we saw one blinking light and one Sunoco gas station.
Yeah, so like if you need a snack or something, you're going to have to drive for a bit to get there.
Which we found out that there was nothing after a certain... When we got to the... So, long story short, we actually ended up going to this resort for a special dinner. They were unveiling a new menu.
New menu for La Margarita.
Yes.
Restaurant.
And the resort is beautiful. It's on 2 golf courses, I believe they said.
Yeah, it's a golfer's resort. It's actually something very low key and definitely for relaxation.
Yes.
It's slow paced, should we say?
Very slow paced. I don't know why it reminded me of this, but it kind of reminded me of the resort they go to in the movie Dirty Dancing. I don't know why. It just seemed
was on a lake.
I know, but it just felt to me like there's a marina at this place.
Okay, we didn't see it. Okay, that is I could not disagree more.
I thought it was like 1960s. We stepped right into the 60s when we got there. It just slower pace, not really congested, not a lot of people around.
No, and the hotel itself was built in like 1917.
Yes.
Like
the first golf course there and I'm guessing one of the buildings for the resort was built in 1917. So,
but we did learn that Walt Disney stayed there while he was preparing and looking for land for Walt Disney World.
Right, which is kind of crazy to think about that he actually stayed.
He was
there.
in Howie in the Hills. I wonder if it was called Howie in the Hills back then.
It was probably called Waltz in the Hills.
Walt in the Hills. I don't know, but it's just like so. And okay, so sidebar. In fairness, we were only in a very small area of Howie in the Hills.
Yes.
There could have been more of a more civilization, more stores, whatever. Just not where we were at.
Right. It's roughly about 20 minutes from Mount Dora, if you're familiar with that area. I know there's the big street fair every year in Mount Dora that a lot of people go to. So
yeah. So anyway, so it's a great place for golfing. They do like weddings and things there. The beautiful property. We went and sampled some food, some new offerings
really
for the
good
restaurant.
from what we tried. They had seafood, which of course we didn't try, but everybody said the seafood was great.
Yeah. So yeah, the food was really good from what we had and what we heard. Now Scott's laughing right now because usually it's me that's the very picky eater. And let me explain. So we had one of their media people at our table and they brought out a bunch of seafood. And then we have a choice to make when these things happen.
Right.
Like we just like smile and thank you. Or just be honest with them.
Yeah. And actually, the lady who was saying to us was the general manager of the hotel.
Yeah, whoops.
But we explained to her that I'm allergic to seafood and such.
And me, I don't eat seafood whatsoever.
She doesn't eat, and Michele told her, she said, I don't eat any meat except chicken.
Right.
So the lady was very understanding because she said she's kind of fussy about certain things too. So she understood, and she just had them bring us double of the stuff we would eat.
Yeah, exactly. So they were very accommodating. The wine was good on my part. It was very nice, and I'm glad we got to check out something, a new place in Florida that we haven't been before.
Yeah, I would really like to explore the area out there and see what else is around there.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't really explore much because we had to be there at a certain time, and then they had us stay at the resort, which was nice of them. Very historic looking.
Very nice room. The room was very good size.
It was big.
Actually, the one they put us in a king room. But it was very large.
Right on the golf course.
Right on the golf course. We were on the first floor, so we had like a little covered balcony area.
Yeah. So it was nice. I mean, if you're looking for something that's in the Orlando area, but in a more low-key location.
Right.
The Mission Resort is really, really nice.
Is,
And
and
we
if you're-
appreciate them having us.
Definitely. And if you're a golfer,
Oh, heck
and
yeah.
you don't want to spend a day, if you only want to spend a couple days at Disney, it's about 35 minutes to Disney from there. So it's not too out of the way.
And they do have a pool, by the way.
They do have a pool, and they're building a family pool, supposed to be, and they're remodeling the entire property, redoing the hotel, redoing the restaurants, the grounds. There was a game area where they had like pool tables and stuff like that, and there's a lot to do. Shuffleboard.
Yeah, so if you like outdoorsy games.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I liked it. It just, the property was really nice to walk around, though. We got to take some nice pictures in the evening walking around there, so it was really cool. So we did that on Friday, and then we already knew we had an appointment Saturday to have lunch with friends at Universal City Walk.
Appointment.
An appointment. We had a dining reservation. With
Actually, it wasn't that fancy.
No, it wasn't.
Our friend / basically fifth family member, Sean, has been trying to get together with other. He used to be on the media list with us for another, terrible site right now.
Yes.
But and then he worked for me.
Right.
But anyway, he's a really good friend, and so he knows some of the media people that we worked with. So Jeff and Denise from Mouse Steps. So we met at City Walk, and we just were kind of like going with the flow. And Sean, because this was his idea to do CowFish,
right,
which we've never done CowFish before at City Walk.
Right, and it was actually good. I've always heard good things about it, but I knew it was a sushi-based restaurant. I mean, that was their big thing, is sushi, and neither one of us, again, eat seafood. So it was like, do we really want to go there? But they did have a few other offerings.
Yeah, I had a chicken sandwich. It was really good.
And I ended up getting the jalapeno burger, which had jalapeno everything on it.
Jalapeno everything. I can't eat that. I would. No, I can't. I really try to like hot food, and I'm getting better.
Yeah, you are.
It's just some of it. Like if it is painful, I can't eat it.
So the jalapeno burger had, it was a jalapeno brioche roll with jalapeno cream cheese, jalapeno infused bacon, jalapeno chips, and was that it? And some kind of jalapeno aioli as well.
Oh my gosh.
On this burger. And you would think with all that, and jalapeno cheese, you would think with all that it would be too hot, but it really wasn't super, super hot. It was warm, but it wasn't like...
I wouldn't be able to do it.
No, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it at all, because first off, you wouldn't touch the bacon.
Yeah, and that's another thing. The chicken sandwich had bacon too that had to get removed. It's hard to be me and go out to eat, let's just say.
But they actually had sushi that was made with beef instead of fish on the menu. They had just really odd combinations of food, but it all looked really good, and the fries were really good.
They had seasoned fries that were very good. But again, we're basic eaters, so
We
he got
are.
a burger, I got a chicken sandwich. But it was nice. We were there for a while. It was nice to catch up with everyone, and we had a good time.
We did. We had a good time. It was nice to just sit there and talk and not worry about work and all the other stuff. 'Cause usually when we're with Jeff and Denise, we're in the middle of a media event.
Right.
Sean comes over here more than we actually go anywhere.
Yeah, Sean comes over here and hangs out, and we order Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. But after, so we chatted with them for a couple hours, actually.
Yeah.
And when we left there, I, of course, wanted to go to Voodoo Donuts, because if you're at City Walk, how can you just skip Voodoo Donuts?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So that day, you ever have those days where you don't realize how horrible you ate until it's too late? Like, so Saturday was terrible, and I had such remorse afterwards. So Saturday, I had a Frappuccino. I had a cheese Danish. I had a chicken sandwich. I had French fries.
It was grilled chicken, though.
But still. I had pizza for dinner. I had breadsticks, and I had a Voodoo donut before I went to bed. And that is terrible. Terrible. So then I get up in the morning, and what do I have? Another donut. And then what do I have yesterday for lunch? Leftover pizza. I mean, come on. And you know what? I never eat like that, and I really don't feel that bad. I'm just shocked that I did.
You shouldn't feel bad about it. You know what? Sometimes you just got to let the food consumption begin.
I guess. And the weirdest thing is I didn't weigh myself, but I feel like my waist feels a little smaller. So I'm just going to eat like that every day.
Hey, if that works, then that's the new diet. So if you eat pizza, Voodoo Donuts, and chicken sandwiches, cheese Danish,
A Frappuccino and a Danish.
Frappuccinos.
Oh my goodness. What a horrible, horrible weekend of food.
So we're going to start our new diet program, TMSM Weight Loss.
Follow me for more tips.
Follow Michele each week for her dieting tips, and you are sure to be in your perfect summer size eventually.
We don't know what size that is necessarily.
Some people like the bigger sizes. So.
Hey, you know what? I'm shocked. I mean, but I didn't get on the scale because why would I do that to myself?
Yeah, because weighing yourself in the morning just ruins the rest of the day.
You know what? That will ruin my whole day.
So
that's why instead of weighing myself every day, I try to do like once a week and just garner like some accountability. But every day, like how many times have I wake up in the morning and get on the scale and it went up when it should have gone down, and I come down the stairs and I'm furious.
You are furious, and then you don't want to eat breakfast. You don't want to eat anything. You don't want to
just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
Just bring me a leaf of lettuce, and that's all I will have. Leaf lettuce and a lemon square.
I just had a coffee today, and that's it. Nothing
that's
else.
All. Nothing in it either. No sweetener, no cream. Black coffee. It's all I want.
I'm a little dramatic.
It was,
yeah.
but it was a good time. Voodoo Donuts. If you've never been there at City Walk, try it. They have a donut. It's a fritter that I absolutely love. It's the Memphis Mafia.
Which Sean got one too.
Sean got one also. It is big enough for like 3
It's like
meals.
the size of your head.
It really is. It's a normal fritter, but it has peanut butter and chocolate all spread throughout it. I think there's banana pieces in it. I mean, it is just...
It's like the Elvis.
It is. It's Elvis's fritter. That's why Memphis...
Elvis fritter.
It's Elvis fritter. They do it. They have even just their basic cake donuts with chocolate frosting on them are just so good.
Are we hungry today? Because we're really spending a lot of time
I'm not
on
hungry,
food.
but I love talking about food because it makes me happy.
We all deserve some happiness.
We do. They have the 8 Mile donut, which is a personal favorite because 8 miles out of Michigan.
Yeah, because you know why it's called 8 Mile? Because it has M&Ms all over it.
It is.
Boom.
But we go in there, we get our donuts. The only thing is they give you this big pink box you got to carry out, and it's kind of awkward to carry, but
It is. But you know what?
it's worth it because when you bite into that donut,
So good.
it's all worth it.
I love a good donut.
I love a good donut. But that's really all we did.
Is eat all weekend.
Yeah, so we got home Saturday evening. We didn't really do anything Saturday.
We ordered Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
Because it's cheap.
It's cheap. Sunday, I don't even think we left the house at all yesterday, did we?
No. It was just one of those. Oh, I couldn't see. So there was that.
That's right. Michelle was having problems with her eye because her contact something, and the sunlight was bothering her really bad with her eye.
Yeah, I haven't been able to see ball since Friday,
Right.
which is a problem.
See, you wouldn't be able to see the scale if you got on it anyway. See, you were worried about getting on the scale, but you'd only see half the number. So you'd be like, wow, I went down in half.
You know what? I just don't need that negativity in my life right now. So I just don't want to know. I'm aware. I'm holding myself accountable that I ate like terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna move on from it because
That's all you can do.
we learn and
You just live with it.
we just live with it.
I see people who do all the healthy stuff, and they end up dying one day of a heart attack, just dropping dead.
I'm gonna have frappuccinos and donuts and pizza.
And then you see the people who don't care what they eat, they drink and smoke, they do all this other stuff, and they live to be 112.
Okay,
So
see, there's a plan for everyone
There
as
is.
far as your diet goes.
Exactly. So just enjoy
follow
it.
me for more tips.
Follow Michelle for more tips. Just enjoy your days. That's all that matters. And plus,
Oh my God.
when you're in Florida and you're in the Orlando Disney bubble, calories don't count.
Oh, I wish that were the case.
So anyway, that was what we've done in the last week. We do have some Disney news to talk about.
I had an ice cream bar for lunch today.
Oh, that's right, you did. I just forgot about that.
Oh my God.
She got out of the freezer. She goes, last one. And she goes, and I'm eating it.
My Aldi ice cream bars.
I forgot you ate that just a little while ago.
I got a problem apparently.
Dude, well, I don't think there's any snacks left in the house now.
Probably not. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just like, holy crap, I had ice cream for lunch. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
So I'm going to move on to Disney news now,
All
where calories don't count.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least they say they don't. I don't know if they do or not. So some news out of Disney this week. One of the things that we did get a press release about was that Drawn to Life is offering adult tickets at their children's pricing. I believe it's for Florida residents, though. I'm not 100% sure.
And Drawn to Life is the Cirque show at Disney Springs for those that don't know, and it's a wonderful show.
It is fantastic. So right now it says Florida residents can purchase show-only tickets for as low as $56 to see
That's
the show.
cheap.
Which we've seen the show
A handful of times,
4 or 5
yeah.
times we've seen it. All media invites we've gone out to see when they've added a new act,
Mm-hmm.
they've done something new to it. We did get to see the premiere of the current show when it debuted, after COVID lockdowns and all that. And the show is absolutely fantastic.
We love it. It makes me cry. It's just really good. So if you haven't seen Drawn to Life yet, we highly recommend.
And something they offer now also is the backstage experience where you can actually take a tour, and it does cost an added fee, so you could check out their website for what that is, but you can actually go backstage and see the costuming department. You can see some of the props. You can see how they get everything ready to go on stage for that show and how it all comes together, which is really impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What else you got?
next up, there was updates that came out for the Disney Treasure.
Oh, yeah. We got a box in the mail. Did you guys see that? I put it on our socials.
Yes, so
we got a big old box.
It's a big old box.
It was when he brought it in the house. I was like, holy cannoli, that is huge. What the heck is in there?
I thought it was the cruise ship. Like an inflatable cruise ship that they sent us.
It was really, really big. But inside said box, they gave us a really nice bag and like patches to go on said bag. And it was all supposed to be like little hints as far as what the new the Disney Destiny. Did you say treasure?
I said treasure. You're talking about the Destiny.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the treasure.
Well, crap.
So we're combining two into one here, kind of. So the treasure, they just put out some more pictures of what it's going to look like. Peter Pan and Captain Hook are going to be on the ship.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
On the ship there. They sent out some pictures of what some of the rooms are going to look like. Basically, it looks like the old other rooms on all the Disney ships, but just the ship's coming along really well. They showed some pictures of the deck. That is the ship that is coming out in December, correct? Or is it November?
I think the first sailings are in December, but they're going to have inaugurals at the end of November or something like that. Because I know our media rep had told us end of November, but I don't know for sure.
I know. I'm excited because there's going to be a Guardians of the Galaxy dinner show.
And there's a Haunted Mansion Lounge.
Yes, and the Haunted Mansion Lounge is going to be on this ship, so we're excited about seeing that. The lounge I'm most excited about.
Really?
Yeah. Just because it's Haunted Mansion. Anything Haunted Mansion is just great.
The only thing is, those lounges, for on the Wish, for example, they're so small.
They really are, because the Star Wars one on the Wish is so much smaller than you think it would be.
And there's not a lot of seating. So, when you go in there, you have to, either stand. I know when they first opened, they had, a capacity thing. I don't know if they still do. My guess would be it will be the same for the treasure.
I would and the Haunted Mansion one, I think, will have capacity problems a lot longer than, say, the Star Wars one.
I think so too, because Haunted Mansion is something that everybody likes, and Star Wars is more of a select crowd.
Exactly. So while we're on the topic of ships, do you want to talk a little bit? So the Disney Destiny, which Michele was talking about, which is the box we got in the mail.
Sorry, I jumped ship. But I am so funny today.
You are hilarious.
Wrong ship. Okay, so back to the box was about the Destiny.
So the Destiny comes out when? 2026?
2025. Yes, sometime next year.
Okay. And so the box, like she said, came with this what they called a weekender bag, so basically a luggage bag.
It's pretty cool.
Which was a really nice bag, actually. And then the patches. So there was a Incredibles patch. There was a Loki patch. I can't remember what else there was in there. There was 5 of them, and I cannot remember the rest of them right now.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what all that's about, but later this week, Disney is going to be putting out lots of information about it. So, wait, what's the date today?
Today would be the 29th.
Okay, well then all that stuff should be a-rolling
pretty soon.
Next couple days.
Will it be, or are they going to wait till D23?
Oh, I don't know. No, they said that there was more information coming out.
Well, stay tuned to the Main Street Mouse for all that information. So when it drops...
Once we know, we will share it with you.
We will share it with every one of you if you pay attention to what we put out.
Or if you see what we put out, because Facebook sucks.
That it does. Last week also, It's a Small World celebrates 60 years of the iconic attraction that debuted at the New York State Fair in 1964.
Wow.
So that's the 60 years from when it debuted there. It's still the classic ride. I know everybody gets annoyed with the music and such going through the ride.
People get annoyed, but they would be sad and totally have a meltdown if they ever got rid of that ride.
Oh, if they announced they were closing It's a Small World, there would be a revolt.
Oh my gosh, Disney people don't like change, and that would be a huge one.
Huge one. I do like the one in California better than the one in Walt Disney World, just because you have more references to like current princesses and characters throughout it.
I like how it starts outside.
Yes.
And I just like a lot of out in Disneyland. But yeah, I do like the one in Disneyland better. And for some reason, the kids like that one better too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think there's more to see, where ours is just basically all the same. The basic characters.
Go inside, get on the boat.
Yeah, that one you're looking to see who you can spot though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's same but different.
Yeah, exactly. Same
concept. Just
so happy birthday to It's a Small World. All over. Tickets went on sale this week for Maria and Enzo's Breakfast with Santa.
Yeah, so they're already talking about the holidays because, it's almost August, so Halloween is a starting, and before you know it, it's going to be all Christmas too. Yes. And actually, I love this time of year. I love like August through January because I love all the Halloween and Christmas stuff.
There's so much going on every day.
And I just love the decorations. I mean, it's about, okay, so sidebar. Life is hard and the world is a hot mess and depressing. So like something like putting out pumpkin decorations or, getting in the spirit for whether it's Halloween, fall, Christmas, whatever makes you happy. Like in my humble opinion, little things make a difference. Right. And, and especially so I always get targeted at Christmas time because by the time October rolls around, I am so sick of Halloween because we've been doing it for 2 months.
That's true. You do get tired.
And then I'm like, I want my tree. So, and then all my friends, especially online, they'll rip on me because they're like, it's too early for a Christmas tree. But you know what? It makes me happy. So on November 1st, if I want to put up my tree, I'm putting up my tree. Maybe I'll even do it before that.
And technically for Christmas, we're usually in Michigan. So we want to enjoy our stuff a little bit longer here.
I love it. And I'm always sad to take the Christmas stuff down. I just love it so much. I'm starting to like Christmas better than Halloween.
What?
Yeah. I love Halloween too. They're pretty much on a even playing field. But I love like now until January at Disney at the parks because it's always festive and fun. Yeah.
So for anybody who's curious about this, so it's going to be on select dates in December. There will be a breakfast where the children can come and meet Santa. And there'll be some take-home treats and such there. So if you're interested, go out and check it out. You can look up Maria and Enzo's online on the Disney. I believe they're on the Disney app, the MDE app. You can
the menus and such. Yeah. So and they have really good food. They have. I know it's breakfast with Santa, but they make a mean chicken parmesan.
And it's huge. It's as big as that fritter.
It is it's like the Elvis fritter, but chicken.
It is humongous. I mean, nobody can eat that. While we're talking about holidays, today Disney dropped a lot of new Halloween merchandise on the Disney shop.
Yes, and Animal Kingdom.
Yes,
because our friend Greg was there and he sent me a bunch of pictures, so that's on our social media. And it's earlier. Usually, it's August before you start seeing anything, or close to the Halloween party around that same week. But yeah, it's. I feel like they're doing everything like early, it seems.
Yeah, there's like a little kickstart to get it going early, and I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if maybe because of D23 being the first big weekend.
I don't even know if they care
it could be
about
because
that.
all the media is going to be out there, so they're dropping all the stuff now while the media is still here before we all go to California.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that they don't always cross-check,
They just want to sell some stuff.
They just want to, because people get. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm onto something here. Maybe it is just about, finding something to be excited or happy about. So here you go, people. Here's some Halloween for you. It's only July, but here you go.
We heard Michele at the Main Street Mall said she wanted to see some Halloween stuff, so we're putting out there early.
I'm just trying to spread some joy out there. Gosh darn it.
Some Halloween cheer.
That's right. Hocus pocus, people.
That's funny because last week I was at I had to go to Walmart to get some stuff at the store, and I was walking through the shoe department, and they had some Hocus Pocus, I guess, slip-on shoes or whatever.
They have Hocus Pocus shoes,
and they had villains ones that kind of look like Converse. So I sent Michele a picture of it, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, do they have a 9?" I mean, I'm going through the rack trying to find her size in the shoes. They didn't have yours.
No, and you know what? It's fine. It saved money. That's what I told you when they didn't have it. I'm like, well, it saved us some money.
They had every other size.
Of course they did.
Just
See,
not
it was
yours.
not meant to be. But Walmart always, and I saw that online today. So for you guys that are looking for Halloween and Disney products, Walmart is already starting. I've seen pajamas, like Halloween, of course, Hocus Pocus stuff. So they're already starting to roll out their stuff for fall. And I've talked about it on my podcast, my Thursday show, that Walmart has really become the place, especially with the economy like it is and people can't afford how they used to. But Walmart has they've gotten a lot of nice and fun and fashionable things for so much less than any place else. And so Walmart people, I'm telling you, I know you're thinking Walmart, but no, really, trust me, go.
We are not paid endorsements of Walmart.
No, this is my opinion, and from my budget, I love to save money and I love a good sale. So Walmart has some cool stuff.
Another thing that came out that we got an email this morning from Spirit Halloween. So Spirit Halloween dropped a whole bunch of Haunted Mansion Halloween products and such.
And and speaking of that, just because previous years and last year in particular, I know there was a lot of people complaining that when they put out the Haunted Mansion stuff at Spirit Halloween, by the time the stores opened, people were going from store to store trying to find it. And you could find maybe one piece here that you were looking for, but then you had to keep going. So the fact that they have this stuff online now is good. But I love going to Spirit Halloween.
I know you do.
Even when I don't buy anything half the time. I just like
Not
going.
the first couple times either. We just go to see what they have. And we're looking to see what Haunted Mansion stuff they have. And
or
usually
Hocus
Pocus
Pocus.
stuff.
I'm looking for Hocus Pocus stuff.
A couple of things I saw in the advertisement that I got was they have the stretching room portraits banners, basically. So you get all 4 of the stretching room portraits from the Haunted Mansion, which they're 5 foot tall, 2 feet wide. You get all 4 of them. It's like $36, $38 for all 4 of them.
Way cheaper than
Way
Disney type
cheaper.
of prices. And they had Haunted Mansion masks.
They did of the Hitchhiking Ghost. They had all 3 faces of the Hitchhiking Ghost, and they look like they might glow in the dark because they're that bluish color. I'm not sure.
Why not?
So,
and I'm sure they had other stuff there too. I really like that. Like last year, even Disney parks got into more of the home decor stuff. Like they had the big, and they still do, I believe, the Madame Leota little rug.
Yes.
And towels and things like that. So if you wanna, that'd be cute for a bathroom. But if you want to decorate your house like that, because I love all that stuff.
I like the Doom Buggy dog bed.
Oh yeah, they have that dog bed. See, but our dogs are like little piggies; they're too fat.
Yeah, Ava would use it, but she wouldn't let Jack in it.
No, I don't think Jack would want it.
Probably not.
He likes the couch.
He likes the couch. So the other thing I want to talk about in Disney news, Disney Marvel movie news, is San Diego Comic-Con was this past weekend, and Marvel returned to Hall H for a lot of their big announcements from Marvel Studios. You want to talk about how much you loved all these announcements, Michele? Or
oh, you know what?
Loki wasn't there, so I know you didn't care.
Yeah, I don't care. I just don't care.
So,
but I know you do. So you
care.
take it away.
I'll
Go
take it
ahead.
away. So the whole panel started out with a dance number with Deadpool and Wolverine, and they actually brought out a choir and they sang "Like a Prayer," Madonna's song from.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and they had them out there, and they were in red and yellow choir robes singing that.
Sake.
And then it was all the different versions of Deadpool came out there. On stage and Wolverine and such. That's how it opened up. And then Kevin Feige took the stage to make the announcements. And the first one they talked about was Captain America: Brand New World, which I'm excited about. I wasn't at first, but now I am. I think it's gonna be a great movie. Harrison Ford is joining the Marvel Universe as General Thaddeus Ross, who is Red Hulk. He becomes. It was originally played by William Hurt. And then he passed away. I think it was last year or the year before. I
don't know.
He was playing this, and now Ross is the president in Marvel Universe. So Harrison Ford's joining the universe as president.
Okay.
So, and his goal, but he's going to become Red Hulk, which is a huge another storyline. And if you're a Marvel fan, you know all about Red Hulk and the battles that'll be with the real Hulk. So we'll see how that all comes together. They brought out the Thunderbolts, some of the cast from that movie, which is all the people you've seen from many different movies, all the characters who were like in Falcon and Winter Soldier, U.S. agent. He's
because Bucky's in there.
Yes, Bucky Barnes is the leader of that group. You will see Julia Louis-Dreyfus. That's her character.
Elaine.
Elaine from Seinfeld is the leader of this group.
I love Elaine. Is she going to dance?
I don't know if she's going to dance. She should. Because they could just have a movie of her dancing. That'd be great. I think it'd be wonderful. So that movie's going to be coming out.
Sorry.
The big news, though, came out. So there's been lots of speculation about Avengers 5 and 6 and who was going to be directing them. And then there was the whole thing with Jonathan Majors, who was going to play Kang the Conqueror, and then he got in trouble in the real world, and Marvel had to cut ties with him. So Kang was originally going to be Avengers 5 was going to be about Kang the Conqueror. Well, that's not happening anymore. So they had to redo everything, and they went and hired the best 2 directors they possibly could have gotten for Avengers 5 and 6, and that's the Russo brothers, who they've done Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Endgame, and Avengers Infinity War. They did all 4 of those movies, so they're coming back to do Avengers 5 and 6. There was always rumors that they wanted to do a Secret Wars Avengers movie, which they announced is going to be Avengers 6 Secret Wars, but they said in order to do that movie correctly, they had to bring back one character that hasn't been introduced yet in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that is the Fantastic Four villain, Doctor Doom. And there's always been rumors floating around who's going to play Doctor Doom, who's going to do this. There's been so many names that have been thrown out there. So they had this whole thing. They had to bring out the best actor they could get to find it. And on stage, they had all these characters dressed with Doctor Doom's mask on, and they all spread, open up areas. And then a gentleman walks up in green jacket, just like Doctor Doom wore, takes off the mask, and it's none other than Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark.
Tony Stark.
So he is coming back to the Marvel Universe as Doctor Doom and will play him in Avengers 5 Doomsday.
Yeah, so I've actually read a little bit about I love comments. Right. So I'm reading some of the online chatter, and people are either really excited or really confused.
Right.
Because they're like, how do you have an iconic character like Iron Man and then put the same dude in another costume?
So actually, the Marvel geeks have gone to the Marvel database to look this up. And there's actually a storyline where Victor Von Doom, who is Doctor Doom, and Tony Stark switched minds. Tony Stark
switch faces too?
Nope. They just the mind. So Tony Stark's mind goes in Doctor Doom's body. Doctor Doom's mind goes in Tony Stark's body. And some people are alluding that might be the storyline they're going to go with. That
is that how they're going to bring Tony Stark back?
I don't know if they're going to bring him back, or
I think they need to
have bring him back to play Doctor Doom. But he played the guy that nobody wanted to be the hero in his first movie. He was not the hero. He was not the guy who cared about anybody else but himself. Ended up becoming the biggest hero in the Marvel Universe, and then he died.
See, and I don't like that.
What's that?
I am not a huge Marvel person. I like Marvel better than Star Wars.
Right.
However, what have I always told you for years and years and years and years?
Nobody's ever did.
Right. Nobody's ever dead. It's like a soap opera.
Well, Tony Stark is dead, but Robert Downey Jr. is still alive.
I'm aware. I'm just saying that, not in my humble opinion, nothing is ever set in stone when it comes to these Marvel characters, because they're like, oh, they're back for this reason, or in this universe, or this, maybe this was a dream, maybe this was whatever, So, I mean, I don't have an opinion either way. But I did not like it that they killed off Tony Stark, for one. That really irritated me. So, I mean, I'm kind of glad to see him back around, and I'm curious to see how this all plays out. How are they going to put it all together? So I probably will actually go see that movie.
And I think that alone will get them back into the spotlight in the movies and the box office. I mean, Marvel has no problem bringing in the box office numbers.
Well,
I mean, they're still hitting good numbers. They're just not normal Marvel numbers.
So this past weekend, Deadpool and Wolverine has done very well at the box office. A better showing for Marvel in a very long time, because there's been some bombs out there the past few.
Yeah.
And people thought, again, I read comments, people thought that Marvel has lost its edge and it was going to suck from now on. So by this movie, it kind of gave people hope.
Yes.
And then with the announcements, the same. So I think that maybe disappointed Marvel fans maybe have a different view now, or at least some hope that it's going to get better, because some of those movies just didn't do well.
No, they weren't what the Marvel fans had come to expect out of Marvel. And I did forget to mention one movie because I forgot to write in my notes, but the Fantastic Four. They also had the cast for the Fantastic Four there, which I'm not happy with the casting of the Fantastic Four. Pedro Pascal is the Mandalorian to me. He is not Mr.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I know. Why you can't do that?
No, it just and
where's
then,
Baby Yoda?
And not in the Fantastic Four universe. And then they got the guy from the Stranger Things.
Okay, so yes, so that guy.
I can't think of his name right now.
He was Eddie Munson.
Yes.
Wasn't his?
Yes.
Was that his last name?
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Eddie Munson.
The guy with the long hair and he was rocking out on the guitar and on top.
Yeah,
of
kind of like Eddie Van Halen, sort of, kind of. But his character was super duper popular.
Yes.
So I think that people would turn out for him.
Yes, to support him.
Yeah. Like the female character, I have no clue who she is. Like zero zip.
And the other guy, I don't know.
Me either. So I recognize the Mandalorian and the dude from Stranger Things.
Right. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that movie's going to come together. I mean, anybody who knows Marvel, the Fantastic Four was the first family of Marvel. They're all somehow either best friends or related. The four of those characters. So it'll be interesting to see. I did like the way John Krasinski played Mr. Fantastic in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. So I was really hoping he would have got to play that character. And then there was always rumors that Emily Blunt, is that his wife's name? That she would play the Invisible Woman, Miss Fantastic, his wife. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see how these characters do.
To be continued. We'll have to see.
Continued.
I mean, but at least they kind of gave fans an outline of what to look forward to. Because for a while there, it was looking pretty bleak. I mean, like, okay, what now? Or like, to be dramatic, like, are Marvel's best days behind them now, because it was starting to suck. But I mean, now.
No, I agree 100%. I think, sadly, I think Disney Plus kind of hurt the Marvel universe.
I agree.
Some shows have been, WandaVision, fantastic.
Loved WandaVision.
Hands down, one of the best.
I'm really, curious to see the new Agatha show that's going to be out, because that was just off of WandaVision.
Right, which they didn't talk about that at San Diego at all, that show. They didn't talk about the shows more, so I'm hoping they talk about that at D23 to kind of give us maybe insight more into the backstory of that and how it's going to come together.
I don't know. If it's as good as WandaVision was, then I'll be excited. Because I don't know. And, I don't really care about a lot of the comic stuff, but I really enjoyed WandaVision.
Yeah, WandaVision was good. Loki, you saw the first season of Loki pretty much all the way through. That was great. Second season was great. Falcon and Winter Soldier was good. I don't know if I would say it was great, but it was good. What If was a great series. X-Men 97 is great. That they were able to do all that again.
I don't know half of this.
I actually liked Hawkeye, but the problem is they put out all these series, and these could have been movies. Instead of doing a 6-part series that equals 6 hours of footage, they could have done a 2-hour movie.
See, and that's the thing. I'm going to get on a soapbox for just a second. Like all these streaming, and we've talked about this, like all these shows and such. I just really feel that it's killed the movie business.
It has.
And I know I've said it before, because I always repeat myself, that there's something to be said for going out to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we haven't been to the movies since the Haunted Mansion movie was out last summer.
No.
So I don't know. Everything is so different now, and I
like the way better.
Some things don't need to be changed, and I know that the world is always progressing, but doesn't always mean it's a good thing.
I can't remember a time. So, like you said, we haven't been to the movie since we saw Haunted Mansion last summer.
A year ago.
Since then, there's maybe been 2 or 3 movies that I would even consider going to see in the movies at the theater, because there was nothing that's been that great that's even been released that I wanted to go see.
No, nothing that I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I remember we used to always, like, if it was a Disney movie or a Marvel movie, we would be like, waiting for that.
Right. That date.
For it to come out.
We'd buy the tickets in advance.
Yes.
To make sure we had them with good seats.
We'd buy the souvenir popcorn buckets and all that stuff. Or sometimes there'd be a pin.
Yes.
The good old days. So like right now, the only thing that off the top of my head, that I am would want to see in the movies that I know is coming is the Beetlejuice movie that's coming out.
Definitely plan to see that.
And I hope they don't blow it, because you know how sometimes like a part 2 will come out to a really great movie that everybody loves,
right?
And it kind of like wah, wah. Kind of like Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah, they show all the best scenes in like the trailer and stuff.
Yeah, and then the rest of it, you're like, oh my God, that was stupid. So I'm really hoping that, because it's Tim Burton, I hope that it's a good story.
Right.
Being that it's been like 30 years, so. Yeah.
And he's usually pretty good. He sticks to his guns on how he wants his movies to be done.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, actually over 30 years.
Yeah,
I'm
it
up
was
that
88, wasn't it?
Oh, like 89?
88 or 89. So
Holy
it's been,
crap.
35 years.
Yeah, okay. I will just say 30 because it makes me feel better. But wasn't it like just 20 years ago? 15?
It was last year.
It was last year. But yeah, so I'm actually looking forward to that one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
What's funny is the other day I got an email from Cinépolis, which is the movie theater closest to us, and that on August 7th they're doing a special Back to the Future showing at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And you get to see Back to the Future in theaters. You get dinner, you get appetizer, dessert, 2 beverages, alcoholic beverages, all that, plus to see the movie in theaters. And I wanted to go. I got the email like, oh, I want to go see this because anybody knows me, I'm a huge Back to the Future fan, but we can't go.
We cannot go.
So I'm kind of sad about that, actually, but it is what it is.
Can't do everything.
I know. So next time. In 30 years.
If there is a next time.
In 30 years from now, when they do 60 years of Back to the Future, I'll be able to go do it.
Oh my gosh, don't say that.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I've really been looking forward to seeing. Now, I will go see Captain America when that comes out in theaters. We'll have to see that.
I know.
For sure.
Yeah, but I just like off the top of my head, that's all I could think about was Beetlejuice.
That's the only one I know of that's coming. I mean, there was some scary movie. I said, let's go see it. And you're like, no. Oh, it was the movie where you got to be quiet. I can't think of what the movie's called.
A Quiet Place.
Is that A Quiet Place? Is that the name of it? I couldn't remember if that was the name of it. But the new one of that came out, and you're like, I don't want to see it.
Okay. I have reasons, all right? I have reasons.
Well, it's going to be HHN house. So you're going to have to go to the house.
But
so you either go to the theater where nothing's going to actually scare you but what's on screen, or you go to the house where actors are going to scare you.
Well, not if you're just quiet. They'll leave you alone. Isn't that the premise?
You really not going to scream at all during that house?
I don't know.
Because if you scream, they're going to get you.
I'll put duct tape over my
Shh.
Shh, quiet.
Don't say anything.
Don't say anything.
They'll hear you.
Don't scream.
That's funny.
Don't look scared.
So that's really all I have for Disney news right now. Did you have anything else Disney-wise that you wanted to mention? Is there anything coming up this week that's a big deal? I know it's quiet on the Disney front because of next weekend being, or a week from Friday being D23.
Yeah, D23. I keep wanting to say Expo, but it's not.
I know you can't say Expo.
Fan event.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll show them how to do a fan event.
Yeah, I know. You know how to do it.
I know. Hire me. All these people still waiting on their media passes and stuff. Hire me. I will come show you how to do these events.
Right?
I've done it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's some just some inside info. There's some people that applied for media that still don't have their credentials, and we're getting it's next week. So it's like one of those things that is frustrating for a lot of people. And I think there's people looking for, like, regular fans looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But I think there's also a lot of what's the word? I don't want to say confusion, but it's not the same anymore as it used to be. Now that they have the major panels up the road at the Honda Center,
right?
They have a Disneyland Day. They have, like, it's not
Angel
what it was. Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff.
So I think a lot of people are hoping that it's going to be a good thing.
Right.
But it's all new this year. So I guess that people are going to have to wait and see how it goes.
And just to ping pong what Michele was saying, honestly, I just got my credentials today. You got yours last week.
Yeah, I got mine last week.
I just got my email today, a couple hours ago, saying that I was granted media credentials, which Michele got hers, I think, Wednesday. You got yours, or Thursday, maybe? I can't remember what day it was.
I don't know.
It was one of those 2 days. You got it, though, and 2 weeks before the event. Usually we used to know at least a month and a half before, because if you're not getting credentials and you didn't buy a ticket,
You're not going.
You're not going because there's no reason to go. You can't get into the Anaheim Convention Center completely sold out. The Honda Center is sold out unless it's very expensive tickets.
Yeah, I was talking to Aiden, our younger son, a little while ago about the Honda Center because he didn't understand so the kids went in 17 with us
the first year, yeah.
Yes. And they had a good time.
Yes.
But I was trying to explain to him how different it is now and how it's not all in one centralized location, how the panels that used to be part of the show at the convention center are up the road now, and how some of those tickets were like $2,000.
It's like a concert almost.
It is. So I'm gonna be negative for a minute. Or cynical, or whatever you want.
You better be careful. You might get your credentials invalid.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, I have a problem. I got some problems.
Okay.
I have lots of problems, but the fact that it used to be included in your expo day for these big panels, and you would take your chances if you're going to get in or not.
You could wait in line, or you could try to get a reservation ahead of time, but it was basically luck. You didn't have to pay anything extra.
No. And now the 3 main panels that everybody looks forward to are going to be, how many miles up the road in the hockey arena.
Yes.
And people have spent a ridiculous amount of money to go in there. And you know what? Not only is that a lot of money to spend, but the fact, and we've talked about this, the fact that all that news is going to be public knowledge, like in a snap.
Right before they announce it there, actually.
Right. So, I don't get it. In my opinion, now mind you, I'm cheap, but I would never spend that kind of money to go to the Honda Center.
No, I wouldn't either. And I know I've heard some people say, oh, you want to be there when they announce it because of this. Or I've heard people say, oh, how great would it be to meet the people who are inducted as legends. You don't
get to meet them. I've been in a couple legends panels, and they walk up, they say thank you, do their little speech, and they're out. There's no photo ops, there's no autographs. Nope. I think that people don't understand. They're thinking of regular conventions, and this is not the same thing. It's not even an expo anymore. It's a fan experience, and you don't get meet and greets or stuff like that.
Yeah, going to the Honda Center is no different than going when we saw The Cure in concert or New Kids on the Block. You sit in the audience, you watch whatever they do for however long they're on stage.
And you're done.
And that's it, and you go home. And to spend thousands of dollars on a seat to be able to witness that, even though, like Michele said, literally they will drop the news minutes before they tell it to us live in the room. Now you do get to see certain things. They'll show you video that they're not going to unleash. They're not going to let the world see.
Right. They're going to give you the synopsis, or what do you call it? Synopsis? Is that a word?
Yeah, synopsis.
Of what is coming. But if you're in the room, you get to actually see the announcement. You get to see get recordings of whether it's concept art, whether it is a video, they're going to show you something. But I think for the parks panel, I love the parks panel because it gets you hopefully looking forward to what's coming.
Right.
But I think some people feel like there's going to be a bunch of celebrities at the parks panel, and that's not true.
No.
It's usually Josh D'Amaro just talking about the parks.
And he might get an Imagineer or a couple of Imagineers.
Yeah, but you're not going to see any A-listers out there.
Right. Well, in 2022, I went to the movies panel, and it was Marvel, Lucasfilm, and Avatar.
And you saw real celebrities.
I saw every celebrity.
And I'm still mad, so let's not rehash, because you saw Tom Hiddleston, and I'm still not happy about it.
Kristen Slater and Paul Rudd.
You just have to rub salt in the wounds.
I'm sorry, because I don't get to go to much stuff like that. You were at the party at Galaxy's Edge with all these people. I never got to do any of that.
Okay, Tom Hiddleston was not there.
Well, because he wasn't in Star Wars yet.
See, so you can't compare the two.
He could be someday. Harrison Ford was there. I would love to have met Harrison Ford.
Okay, but see, that's another thing. So Harrison Ford, yeah, he was there. Yes, I got to see Harrison Ford, but he was up on the stage and he was out.
Hey, you saw Pee Wee Herman. You saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I did.
You saw who else? You saw all kinds of celebrities.
Brie Larson.
Yeah,
so I saw people, but it's not like you could go and mingle.
Okay.
It's not like that.
Well, what I'm hoping is that this year at the movies panel that they're going to talk about Disney Plus shows and stuff, and that there might be Chris Evans might be there, which is Captain America to me.
I just
But Tom might be there because Loki's going to have a season 3.
And what did I tell you? I said, if I miss Tom Hiddleston again, I'm going to be furious. You know what? Okay, so I have reasons.
I'll invite him to come over for dinner one day.
Okay, but here's the thing. So this past year at MegaCon, Tom Hiddleston was there, and they made a big thing, and he was behind a curtain.
Yes.
It was such a huge disappointment, and then plus how much they charged just to even lay eyes on the person. Like, so it was like so close, but so far. And it's like, it's just one of those things that I probably will never get to do. But, I
don't know if I would ever say never in your book because there's so much stuff you've said, I'm never going to get to do this. And you've gotten to do a lot of things.
Oh,
you never thought you would.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Since moving to Florida.
Yes.
I have gotten to do more things than I ever imagined.
Years ago, you would have said, I'm never going to get to meet the new kids on the block. And you have met them.
I have.
So you never know what's going to happen down the road. And
I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking like.
And you might meet Tom Hiddleston.
No.
And you might turn to goo when you see him because you won't know how to, especially if he starts talking.
I'm gonna be like, just read me anything. Just read me anything.
Michelle, would you like me to record your voicemail?
Oh my gosh, I'm getting all red. This is. Okay, stop talking about it.
Tom.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm just saying, you never know what's going to happen. So Tom might be walking around who do I want to meet more than anybody at D23? Every year. Who do I always say? I always miss him by minutes because he's always in Lou's booth.
Oh, Kevin
Feige. It's always, him and Lou know each other, and he always stops by Lou's booth to say hi.
You always miss him by like a second.
Always miss him by minutes. Lou has actually messaged me and go, Kevin's here. And by the time I get there, Kevin is gone. And it's every flipping time. And I think Lou's lying to me. I don't even think he knows Kevin Feige. I think it's a stand-up he takes a picture with and he posts it. And then
it's
he
like a
teases
cardboard cutout.
It is. But I would love to meet Kevin Feige. To me, him or Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. I think they would be great to meet.
Okay, so Robert Downey Jr. would be a very hard one to meet because he doesn't do signings and all that.
He doesn't do signings, and he's not going to be walking around the convention room floor or the Hondas. See, that's the other reason I think, too, the Honda Center comes into play. So when all these people would be at the Anaheim Convention Center, they were in the building of where the floor is. So they could very easily say, hey, I want to go walk the floor and see something. And they could have security take them through different areas of the floor. If they're at the Honda Center, they're not even in the building to be able to do that when they get talked.
No, it's all separate. So they can kind of like a concert. Like they come out, do their thing, and then they leave out the back.
Yep, exactly. So because Johnny Depp was there in 2015. He appeared.
I know.
And we weren't there for that one.
No.
So, but we do have friends who were on stage with Johnny at the time.
We do.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I just, sometimes I just don't even like to predict ahead of time because then there's no disappointment.
No, that's true. So for those curious, though, since we're having all this talk about D23, we will be there. We
Thanks,
officially,
Disney.
yes, thank you, Disney. Thanks others. We have been able to make it work. So Michelle and I will be flying out to California for D23, the Ultimate Fan event, and covering it the 3 days of the event. We're also going to hopefully
there's a Disneyland day for D23. But yeah, anyway, so we're still gathering all that information. I'm still waiting on another email, actually a couple of emails from Disney to lock everything down. But yes, even though it's short notice, Disney graciously offered us the whole kit and caboodle, and we're very, very happy about that. Yes. So what I'm going to ask is that make sure you are following the Main Street Mouse on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X, what it's called now. I am going to flood my stories with content like I always do. It's going to be an overabundance of information because that's just how I cover events, and that's why I get to do cool stuff.
Well, and the parks panel, you get a lot of information drops really quickly. I mean, it's literally like, this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen, and I mean, it's one right after the other.
You know what? That panel stresses me out.
I know this. And you'll be there alone this time because we only have one.
I know they didn't give us. They gave me all the Honda Center and everything else. So we'll work it out. But what I'm saying is that I'm going to do my very best to cover all of it. And between Scott and I, we will have a ton of content. So please watch the Main Street Mouse.
What I might do is while you're at the Honda Center, I might sit in the hotel room and watch the Parks blog because that's where they're going to be dropping a lot of the news. And as it drops or emails, I'll just push it right out.
Right, and then I can put all the content in my stories.
social
Anyway, we'll work it
media.
out. We're like totally like negotiating work right in front of everyone
That's
right
okay.
now.
They see what we deal with. So next week, Monday, we will do the show, and we will talk to you guys about that, a little bit more about maybe some of the things we're excited about and looking forward to being out there. But yes, we will be at D23, both of us, to cover the entire event. And if you're going to be out there, hopefully we'll see you.
Oh yeah, I
We
forgot.
have been, every time we've been there, we've had followers come up to us.
Yes, which is
so
super cool. So if you're going to be out in California and you see us, please say hi.
Remember a couple years ago that one girl found you and she had ears for you? She made Rapunzel ears for you.
Oh my gosh, yes. I forgot about that. I think that was like in 17.
17 or 19, I can't remember which one.
Yeah,
It was.
so we really appreciate it when we get to meet you guys. So yeah, if you see us, definitely say hi.
Yeah, and we will be at Disneyland on Thursday for sure for the D23 day. So if you're there and you see us, please say hi. We'd love to say hi, take a picture if you want to, and
If you want to,
if you want to take
or
a picture
if you don't
with
want
us,
any record that's
that you met us,
record that you met us, I
yeah,
get that.
Yeah, I understand.
Maybe not anything to be proud about.
But we'll have more information on that next Monday, so make sure you tune in
Yes.
next Monday show.
Yes.
And then the following Monday, we won't have a show because that'll be the day we're traveling.
Yes. So it's going to be a lot.
It is. Just a couple of little things I wanted to touch on in outside of Disney in the Orlando area. Universal is going to be doing some pass holder appreciation days soon here. There's all kinds of stuff. There's like a new buttons they're going to have. There's a new magnet, which is a Back to the Future magnet, which I must have once they drop those.
It's a must have.
There's going to be pass holder nights where you can go to the parks and hang out there. There's going to be special foods and things. And speaking of Voodoo Donuts, there's actually going to be a lemon kiss donut at Voodoo Donuts, special for pass holders.
Lemon?
Yeah, it says lemon kiss donut.
I wonder if it has got lemon filling in it, because I don't like that, but I do like lemon cookies.
And then we're going to have to go to Margaritaville because they're going to have barbecue brisket tacos.
Oh.
I know.
I won't eat that.
I will.
I'll have a margarita.
I figured you would do that. So, but yeah, so if you're a Universal Pass holder, we did put the blog out last week. So if you want to go and read all about it and see what types of things they're going to have, you can.
Most things that we talk about here is on our social media or on our website.
Exactly.
In case you missed something or want to check into it further.
In case you miss it. Another thing, Universal Halloween Horror didn't announce yet another house. It is the Universal Monsters house, but this year it's an all-female cast. So it's going to be like
Bride of Frankenstein, stuff like
Dracula's daughter, She-Wolf. I mean, it's these female characters from the Universal Monsters universe. So there's going to be a whole house dedicated to
They dropped
that.
another Scare Zone day. Did you see that?
I did not see that. What is it?
Like, it has something to do with birds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like Alfred Hitchcock the Bird?
I believe so. Maybe not in that capacity. Hang on, I'm going to look it up while we're sitting here. Hold on.
That could be kind of freaky, though, if you have birds.
It has something to do with birds. Because I don't want to say it wrong. I was going to say ravens.
Okay. Well, while you're looking at that, I'm just going to mention that the other thing I wanted to talk about was SeaWorld Orlando, for their Hollow Scream event, they're actually having a 5K. The inaugural Howl of Sprint is going to take place September 13th, and it's just a 5K. And if you're interested in that, you can go to SeaWorld's website, and you can register to be a part of that 5K that they're going to be doing. Did you find it?
Crows. It was not ravens. Or whatever it was. No, it says...
Heckle and Jekyll.
No. It says, you foolishly ventured into a massive crow's nest.
Ooh.
Now the fearsome flock will descend upon you and peck your bones clean. Gross. And it took us down tail. That's okay. They didn't have to say anything about pecking your bones.
Is that going to be the big scare zone over by the Mummy, or is it going to be one of the other ones? Because that would do good on the way going to the DreamWorks area. Down that main road, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You never know what they're going to do.
I don't know.
I'm just excited for Universal's HHN. I love that event.
Wait, what's this? Oh, that's Hollywood.
Yeah, some stuff is Hollywood.
Hollywood is getting, is that a house? Oh my gosh, no. Never in a million years would I ever go to this.
What?
Ever. I don't care how much money someone would pay me. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Legacy of Leatherface. Screw that. I would never.
This is a family show.
I could have said the other word.
Yeah, you could have.
Okay, so no way. I'm like getting palpitations. I just saw that on Twitter and my heart sank. I'm like, oh, hell
It's funny
no.
you mentioned Texas Chainsaw. I just read something the other day about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that the original movie, the dialogue that's in the movie, there's a narrator. I've never seen the original movie, So pardon me, but there's like
parts of it.
there's talking in the background. It's John Larroquette from Night Court.
I saw that.
And then he was paid in an illegal substance back in the day that people used to, they still do, but it's legal in a lot of states now. But
so they gave him pot to narrate?
Instead of paying him in money, because it was so low budget, they did not have the budget, and he was friends with the director. The director paid him in pot.
I mean, someone could pay me in like shoes, so I get it.
Well, you get like one pair. You get the right one. You want them both. You got to pay for the left. But we'll give you the right one.
But yeah, okay. So yeah, that's true. If you watch even the old commercial for the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you do hear a narrator. I didn't know that was John Larroquette.
Yeah, and I guess he's narrated all the movies, but he said he's never watched one of them.
Really?
Yeah, he said he's
like,
never.
wouldn't you want to watch what you narrate?
Because he doesn't like horror movies. He never wanted to watch it.
Oh my!
So he recorded his
goodness.
parts, but that was it. He said he never watched any of them. And I don't know how true that is because I would want to see no matter what. If I was in it, I would want to see.
Yeah, but see, so okay, I know we have to wrap it up, but I'm going to sidebar it for 1 second. So, like movies like that. Okay, so Texas Chainsaw Massacre back in the 70s apparently was this big hullabaloo because it was so terrifying.
Right.
The fact that it was a chainsaw and this big nasty guy just grabbing people by the collar and dragging them off and all that.
And then using their skin to make it.
Ugh, so gross. Okay, and this was a long time ago. So, but if you fast forward to now, everything has gotten so much grosser.
Yes.
Like those Terrifier movies, like I will not watch them
Right.
because I know
You'll have nightmares.
I don't like a lot of gore. And just from working Spooky Empire, I've seen costumes of things from the movies. I can't watch that.
And it's crazy to think about that. So like in the 80s when Nightmare on Elm Street came out and the amount of blood that was in that movie that they
Most
showed.
of it came from Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. But you saw stuff like that, and then that was considered horribly. That was too much gore. That was too much, it was the slasher films, and it was all this stuff. Now that is nothing.
That is
compared to what
nothing. But don't you think? Okay, so like when it comes to horror nights, it seems like it's a little scarier out in Hollywood. I mean, just from what I've seen. And I get that there's a thrill factor to Halloween attractions like that.
Right.
But in my opinion, again, I'm a chicken. Sometimes it seems like too much.
Right.
Like, there has to be a limit somewhere. And I think, I don't know if they've ever done a Terrifier horror.
I don't think they have yet, because I don't think they own that franchise. That they'd have to get permission.
See, and I just can't. And they're making a part 3. I haven't seen part 1.
But think about Saw. I mean, the Saw.
Saw
series,
back
there's
in the
been,
day
what, 10 of those?
Oh my gosh!
And every one of them takes it up a notch.
Gross.
To the point of they had the guy from Lincoln Park was in the one movie.
Oh my God! Yes.
And he's glued to a seat.
That's so gross.
Mean,
okay,
it's just gross how it all happens.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of my donut and ice cream. Keep talking.
But it's just they took it up another notch, and I don't think they've ever done a Saw house or anything like that. But just some of those images, you could walk away from it, it'd be disturbing.
It's so disturbing. I mean, I am in this Facebook group. And it's like...
You're in a lot of Facebook groups.
I really am, but this one's gross. So...
I see why you're in it then.
Okay, so it's like my true crime stuff, but it's like a mortuary type of...
Oh, Lord.
I know.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. And like sometimes they'll talk about crimes.
Okay.
And every once in a while they have like actual crime scene photos.
Oh.
Yeah. So like they'll warn you what it is. They'll talk about this crime, and then if you want to see, you have to like go down into the comments to see. So you don't have to see it.
Right. It's up to you if you.
It's up to you if you want to see it.
Right.
So stuff like that. At least it's your choice.
Well, I know. I can't remember if we were driving back from Michigan. Yeah, it was when we were driving back from Michigan, I think in April after the draft, you had on that O.J. Simpson documentary.
Yes.
And they showed crime scene photos I had never seen
before. My God. They showed the crime photos of Nicole and Ron, and it was
horrific.
It was horrific. And they didn't warn you.
No,
all of a
just
sudden it just popped. And I think, all I'm saying is there's sometimes it's a bit much. Right. So I think that, these haunted things are great, but to what extent? Extreme. But yeah, so Moral of the story, I would not do Texas Chainsaw nothing. So, I mean, no. You could not
Okay,
pay
but
me enough.
if you want Paula to go to Halloween and see Michael Myers, you're going to probably have to go see something like
See,
that.
that's easier though because the chainsaws are loud and I'm very noise sensitive.
But you know what's crazy? So back in the day, and we'll finish up here in a minute. So when the first Halloween came out, I think it was 77 or 78, people were scared to death of that movie.
Yeah.
Feared.
It's
I've met
stupid.
I have a picture of me with the guy who played Michael Myers in that movie. Me and Ronnie took one with him, and we took one with
The other guy.
the newer version of it.
The big one.
The bigger one. But we're standing there with the guy, and you're like, this guy just seems like somebody's grandpa. He's just cool.
I know, he's just a little
puts his arms
man.
around us. He's like, hey, guys. Put his
Yeah.
arms around us, takes the
like
picture.
he could play Santa somewhere.
But everybody was so scared to death of Michael Myers. And I remember probably 10 years ago, we had Halloween on, and the boys watched it, and they're like, really? That's all it is? It's not even scary.
Well, we watched like the TBS version or
And they weren't, but
AMC.
still,
But
nothing
even
bothered
so, like, but do you see how things change over the years? Like
Yeah.
something that we thought was really scary years ago, like they've ramped it up so much that you're like, that was nothing.
Right.
And it's funny because like classics are like will always stand.
I'll still watch Halloween every year when it comes out.
And the
Halloween time.
acting is so
Horrible.
bad. Like
Horrible.
the girls that played Jamie Lee
Her best
Curtis's
friends.
friends,
Yeah.
cringe.
Horrible.
The worst acting
They are.
ever. And it's like, but it's classic, so
It is.
people love it. You know.
Well, you go back and you watch the first Friday the 13th, Kevin Bacon's in that movie. And he's one of the guys who gets killed early on in the
it
film.
seems like that's a lot of big actors start off by getting murdered in
Johnny
a movie.
Depp's first film was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I know. So, but anyway, I digress. But yeah, Horror Nights is going to be interesting for sure. And I'm just really glad there's no Chainsaw House.
Not yet.
I wouldn't go in it.
Yes, she will. We're going to put a GoPro on Michelle and just follow her. But the GoPro's going to be facing her face.
Nope.
Not what she's seeing.
Big nope.
I think it'd be better that way. So anyway, so that's about the end of our show. So I just wanted to mention to you guys, I have a question for you.
Oh, you do?
I have to have a question every week. So now that we've announced we are going to California,
Yeah.
outside of Disney and the D23 Expo, is there anything you're looking forward to doing? Is there anything you want to go get while we're there? Is there any food or anything like
Donuts.
that? Donuts. Where from?
We've talked about it before. There's a place called B&B Donuts, which I used to think it was called Bob Donuts because it was a donut in the middle and it's spelled Bob. They have the best, cheapest donuts.
Oh my! And they're as good as Voodoo.
I think
not
they're
better.
better
If not
and they're
better.
cheaper. They're like you can get a whole box of donuts for like $12 and it'll like you could put it in your room and snack on donuts the whole
That's
time.
actually what we always do. We stop there.
Even like so we saw Sean on Saturday and we were even talking about the donut place because when we went 3 years ago with him,
Mhm.
we went to the donut place and he's like, "Oh my gosh, those were the best donuts."
They were.
But yeah, I love going to the donut place as simple as it is. See, I'm really easy to please.
They have a cronut there, and I'm not a big fan of the cronut, but theirs, for some reason, dipped in chocolate, is so good.
Yes, it's a great like mom and pop
Yes,
cheap
it
place
is.
to get
It
donuts. As far as like if we do any sightseeing before we go to the airport, I mean, I love the Walk of Fame.
Right.
And I don't even know why I like it so much. I think just because as a kid you grow up and see these things and you see like, the theaters and places where movie premieres were, and to actually see it in person is a whole other thing.
Right.
And I've had this whole thing with the Hollywood sign because like I can't ever get a really good look at it. And
We did last time.
we went to the Home Depot. But here's the thing.
That's the kicker. If you want to see the Hollywood sign, there's a Home Depot that you have to go to on the parking garage, like the top floor, and you can see the Hollywood sign perfect.
But it's small.
It is small.
So, and then if you go up to, is it the Griffin Observatory?
Griffin Observatory, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It is still small. But do you know what? I've seen pictures as of recently, of people that hike up there or whatever, and the Hollywood sign is so much bigger than what I've ever got to see it. So now...
Oh, Lord.
I feel
You're going to make me hike up to the Hollywood sign. We're going to get arrested. So guess what? We're going to have to do a GoFundMe to pay our bail because Michelle's going to, or we're going to get stung by a snake or a scorpion. Bit by a snake or stung by a scorpion out there because it's in the middle of the desert.
No. So, like, there's actually places that you can go up and see it closer.
Okay.
And I just don't understand why it's so hard to find. Either that or I'm just, like, I can't read right or
If
what.
we go up there, I want to see the lady in blue or the lady in white, whatever she
There's
is.
always a lady in something. There's a ghost.
that haunts the Hollywood sign. I
There's
want
a
to
haunting for
see
everything.
her.
Ooh.
See, we don't know if we're going to do that this time because we might go to Disneyland one more time before we leave if we can make it work.
I don't
who
know.
knows,
But yeah, so the Hollywood sign is always, I love that. I like old history.
I know last time we were there, we went to the Funko store, and I had my Funko made of myself, but I screwed it up. And I
You
need to
totally
get a new
messed it up.
I need to get a new one made that's correct if we go back. So that's one place I do need to go if we can while we're out there. The other thing is In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, yeah, cheap food.
And you don't even eat beef anymore, but In-N-Out, I think you would make an exception.
Okay, so when we went 2 years ago for D23, I did break my no-cow roll. And I did have an In-N-Out burger.
It's so good.
They're really good.
And they're cheap.
They're so cheap. You can eat for so cheap there. And their fries are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I'm hungry. I should have had more than ice cream for lunch.
You still got a couple hours till dinner now, too.
So yeah. Okay, I'm done talking about food right now. So
Okay, well, that was the question for this week. So I just wanted to remind you guys all to make sure you visit our official travel sponsor, MEI Mouse Fan Travel. Becky and her team can help you out. If you need any travel arrangements, go to our website, The Mainstream Mouse, and you will see their banners. Click on that. You can fill out a small questionnaire about what you need, and somebody will contact you regarding that. They are the best, and they can help you with Disney, Universal, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Disney Cruise Line, whatever you guys need, they can accommodate and help you out with that.
all of it.
All of it for free for you. Doesn't cost you a dime.
Free is my favorite.
Another sponsor I did want to mention, Kingdom Strollers.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, Kingdom Strollers was our very first sponsor when we launched the Main Street Mouse eons ago. And they've always had our back. They've always supported us. So I just wanted to mention that. Also, if you're coming to Florida and you need stroller rental or anything, they rent all kinds of stuff. They rent cribs. I believe they rent scooters. They rent anything you need. Go to their website, kingdomstrollers.com. Make sure you let them know you heard about them from us. And they can help you out with anything you need for your trip when you're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're the best, actually. So check those two things out. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let Michelle close this up.
Okay. Don't forget to check out Lost Princess Apparel for all your magical theme park outfits. It really helps our small business. So if you go to lostprincessapparel.com, check it out, tell your friends, all that good stuff. As far as our podcasts go, don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends about that too. With everything else, when the Main Street Mouse has been concerned, we've grown from word of mouth, and we thank you for that. And that's how we continue to grow. So on that note, I hope you guys have a wonderful, magical, fantastic, fabulous, wonderful, amazing week ahead, and we will see you real soon.
Our trip around the Magic Kingdom is almost complete. I can't thank you enough for spending part of your day with me. And I hope you've enjoyed your journey as much as I've appreciated being a part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please gather your belongings. Watch your head and step as you exit, and take small children by the hand.
On behalf of our entire flight crew, thanks for soaring with us.
Now I will raise the safety bar, and a ghost will follow you home.
Some imagination, huh?